this is Joquoya here with 88.1 KFCF Free Speech Radio for the Central California, and we are back from the break. Just remember, if you have any questions, comments, or concerns, go ahead and give us a dial at 559-266-8888.
Said like a pro. Myself,
Thanks.
Julie Dilly Najib, Joquoya Murphy, and Jewell Riversmith are on the airwaves here at Valley Black Talk Radio.
Mm-hmm.
So we had a few mishaps, but I believe a few of the players were calling in. That's what happened. Just talking to the actual owner in a second. We were like, we wanted to get pictures. We want to snap. We'll have to get them on again, but that's okay because they're on. I think someone's on, waiting on the line. Great, because Joquoya is ready for that interview. You ready, Joquoya?
I'm ready.
All
Let's
right.
do this.
Hi, who are we speaking with tonight?
Somebody in the wind.
Hello, welcome to Valley Black Talk Radio.
Hello, my name is Christopher Collins.
Hi, Christopher.
Hello.
I'm not going to say hi to you, Chris.
Hello. Hi.
And so you're one of the players. You're one of the players with the Fresno Griffins, yes?
Oh no. I'm
okay.
Player of, no, I'm not with the Griffins. Sorry.
Okay, so you're just calling to tell us what's going on. Okay.
What's happening?
I'm with Phi Beta Sigma Fraternity Incorporated.
Okay.
Fresno State.
Okay.
Okay, can you tell us what's going on with the ASI as far as funding and stuff that you guys have been doing?
ASI has been denying minority groups on campus of funding to host events on campus, and they've been pleading reverse discrimination, and so basically all groups that have are of diverse background or those that are considered, I guess, majority on campus, they've been denied funding on several occasions. One organization, MECHA, they've been having a 40-year Chicano. They've had a 40-year Chicano high school there where they were bringing Chicano students to Fresno State's campus to get them familiar with the college environment, and they've had it for 40 years in a row. And all of a sudden this year, their funding got denied completely. So that's one issue. I'm a member of Phi Beta Sigma Fraternity Incorporated, and we are having a scholarship beauty pageant this Saturday, and we applied for funding twice, and were denied twice to try to help with funds to help, support in our efforts to give $1,000 scholarship for this Saturday. So it was a heated discussion last Wednesday, and it got, pretty fiery in there. And so there's a coalition that is soon to be forming, and we're supposed to be meeting with President Castro sometime this week or next week. So
you guys are going to meet with President Castro this week or next week?
Sometime this week or next week, yes.
So what is this? Do you know about the gun club being supported?
The gun club, they I guess, they are considered a student. They're considered they're considered a sport on club. So they were allotted, like I said, all these other, cultural events. They were, they weren't given their funding, but the gun club was allotted $2,000 in order to get vests for, I guess, their shooting and other different supplies. But I mean, it just goes. I mean, I don't know, where the rationale is. If we can give out $2,000 for some vests and, I guess to go dunk hunting and whatever else, things of that nature are in the hunting measures, but we can't give away $900 to help, Chicano students, be accepted into college or be adjusted with the college environment, or let alone give a scholarship to, a lady on campus who's, displayed academic merit and, great influence on her community. It kind of makes you wonder where the priorities are in this, ASI grouping that they have.
Well, do you think that maybe one of you guys, I don't know, your brothers or maybe somebody who's of a minority might be, partaking in ASI next year, maybe for some change, or what do you guys plan on doing for the future?
That is a possibility. I'm all for that, for an individual to run and be a part of ASI. However, looking at some of the factors, like I said, I greatly influence anyone of any type of cultural or diverse lineage to join ASI. However, let's put some things into perspective. Let's just look at the just based on the community that I represent, the African American community. We represent less than, or let's just say, shooting the number high, 5% of the campus population. Number one. Number two, there aren't a great deal of resources that I would say cater or partake towards African American students. Number two. Mm-hmm. Number three, if a person of such merit who want to do it, which would be highly encouraged, would not be great, there probably wouldn't be a strong backing as far as someone supporting him. They would need guidance, which I'm pretty sure they could get somewhere on campus, but there wouldn't be a great initiative as there would be support for a candidate of another, just say, race or ethnicity. And then on top of that, just to have the drive and to do it, that's another thing. So, I mean, I'm all for it, but just looking at the grand scheme of it all, you got to find an individual, you got to see if he's committed or she is committed, and then, there's just all those different things to take account into. I mean, like I said, one of my brothers from the past, he was on the board, and I don't know what matters he'd sitting, but he did participate, and it's a big step that a lot of people that I guess would per se are willing to take.
That's definitely a good point. It's just I don't really see why, as African Americans, we can't want to be willing to participate in things like that.
I completely agree.
Generally,
I fully encourage it, but just looking at the campus climate, just the way things are, you're probably not gonna get that person. Like, I'm all for it. Like, I would love to see someone go out and do it. I mean, it's not like it can't be done.
Well, caller, why don't you go do it?
Who?
You.
I would love to. However, I am currently running for a regional position in my own organization, and that's another arm and a leg. So, I've done my fair share on the campus, which I still am, but just looking at ASI and all that entails. Mm-hmm. If somebody would have told me about the bid maybe about a month ago or to go after, I might have considered, but just knowing that all the things that I'm involved myself in, I would think my plate might be a little bit too full, especially since the fact that I'm a graduate student. So,
Okay. Well, thank you so much, caller, for giving us that other insight. We have someone else on the line, so we'll go ahead and take it to them.
All right. And, you guys can't hear me, right?
Yeah, we can't hear you. There you go.
Can you hear me now? Can you hear me now? Can you hear me now? Okay, so we've been talking about the Fresno Griffins, and people said, what is ABA? And it's a local basketball team here. And I know, Joquoya, we were so interested in talking to the players, and eventually we will talk to them.
I just want to see how tall they are.
Okay, they're taller than you. How about that? How are you going to see? You won't be able to see them anyway because you'll be stretching your neck like
whatever,
this.
Julia. Shade.
So anyway, we do have the coach on the line along with the owner. And so we have Aaron Cropper, who's been waiting patiently. We thank him for calling in. And thank you for being able to. And we want to really enlighten the community about the team and about ABA, because that's one thing that I think people are still trying to figure it all out. Even though it's been here for a while and there's been such change of ownership, this is something different. So we're hoping that you can enlighten us, and we'd like to say welcome to Valley Black Talk Radio.
Well, thank you for having me. It's a pleasure to be able to have the chance to, talk a little bit about the Fresno Griffins and what ABA basketball represents, definitely.
So let's start with ABA. A lot of people ask me, what is ABA and the significance of it? I know the history of it, but what do you tell people when they ask you?
Well, the American Basketball Association definitely goes back into time before, there was even the ABA, and there's great stars like, Wilt Chamberlain, who played in the ABA. The Indiana Pacers originally was an ABA basketball team. It branched off now to what is the NBA. ABA is still a form of professional basketball, which offers an exciting brand of basketball. And we are definitely glad and happy that we have a team here in Fresno to represent Fresno in the city.
And that in itself is a challenge, because when people think ABA, they say, okay, you mean the NBA? Because I was talking to somebody that they thought I was mispronouncing. I said, no, the ABA. Oh, we have an NBA team? I said, no, ABA. But this is still considered a professional team, semi-professional, correct?
Correct. It is considered semi-professional. I think a lot of the confusion comes from the fact that there's just, especially in this market, so much focus on the NBA. And right now what we are trying to definitely do is bring more of that awareness about what the league is and what it is that we represent as players. It's not just about basketball, what we're trying to do here in Fresno. It's definitely about being pillars in the community and giving back.
Okay, what exactly is it that you guys are doing as far as, like you said, giving back to the community? Are you guys doing any events, or, what's going on?
Right now, to start the process for what we're doing, really, we're focusing on the youth, and we feel like, the youth are definitely the future of tomorrow. And as young men, we feel that the example that we set is definitely a starting point. And when we talk about leadership, we talk about teamwork, we talk about all these things together. It's not just about basketball. It's about how we treat one another and how we get along. So one of the things we have been doing is going to some of the local elementaries, the junior highs, the middle schools, the high schools, and what we're doing is we're giving back to the community. So we have a reading program where we're talking and working within the community, again, supporting the community. We have some leadership and mentoring programs that we implement, and the point of that is to make sure that the youth understand that, sport, it's all about how we carry ourselves as young men and respect, and it comes from on the court and off the court. So if it comes down to being at a school and talking to a few of the students about setting an example and how being a player and being an athlete is also a responsibility on how we carry ourselves.
Right.
Those are things that are definitely important. And I feel just like as a lot of the young men in our community don't have father figures, this is a good opportunity for them to see men who have made it out of their similar situations but have still had a positive impact on what they're doing.
And that definitely makes a difference. And caller, I don't know if that background noise, I don't know if it's your phone or if it's if it's possible that something
Some type
is
of receiver or
something. Yeah, so I don't know if it's feedback from us, but we want to let you know we can hear it. So that makes a difference. And what is it that you guys are doing next? What are the players doing right now? Are they preparing for the next season as well as going out into the community? So I should ask, what's your next community events, and also what are you doing to prepare?
Right now, we have some visits that we're going to be doing to the schools. We're definitely working on some camps, some AAU travel camps, so we can get, again, kids back in the gym playing basketball. And, again, we use basketball as an engine to bring kids together, and also an opportunity to teach them a little bit more about, the togetherness and everything that we're trying to do as far as the leadership is concerned. So we have a few basketball tournaments that were coming up. We also will do some private tutoring for students. So we'll work around with those basketball players one-on-one to help them out with their game. There's going to be other things we're working on later on this year. There's a few things with this, basically in Fresno, we're trying to get established. And so as we get those things established, there's going to be more things. Our website will be updated with all the events that we have, anything that's ongoing. And we're also reaching out to the community. If there's things that you have going on in your event, definitely invite us in. We'll definitely love to be a part of it, whether it's going to be a community cleanup, whatever it is about making our community a better place. That's something that we definitely want to be a part of.
I would say that's what makes them different from the NBA.
Oh, yeah.
The fact that they're involved in the community and so willing to make sure they're there for the kids. That's what I've seen.
I think I love that. I mean, I don't see Kobe Bryant out there picking up trash for anybody or tutoring.
I don't think he'll be doing that. And so that's what I think the public and the community needs to understand. Where do we find you guys? Besides on the website, where do we find you in the community-wise? Is there a place where you guys are training now? Is it something that it changes, the locations and so forth? How does that work?
Well, since right now our season is over, we are probably looking to make some changes moving forward to the future. We have a lot of plans for what we're trying to do, definitely positive things. So with that being said, if they want to find us, the best place is to go to the website or even to hit us up on our Facebook. We're going to keep that updated as those changes continue to take place and we continue to move and grow. As a basketball team, as an organization, there will definitely be a lot of things that are coming forward. And definitely we want to keep that updated. We definitely want, the community to be involved and to see what we're doing so they can come out and join us again, because we extend that challenge to everybody else in the community, because really community is about all of us.
That's right.
As individuals, we need to come together. When we see things happening, we need to be there. It's easy to sit on the sidelines and to talk about the things that we need to change, the things that we need to fix.
Something you were just talking about.
Yes.
It's definitely more complicated to actually step off our seat than actually go out there and do something. So we want to incite change by setting an example, and definitely just keep us posted as you check in with our website, check in with the Facebook. We'll keep you posted on everything that we're doing moving forward because, like I said, we'll have a lot of changes that are taking place right now, but it's really gearing us towards everything we're trying to do in the fall.
And I want to reiterate that before that change, Jewell and Joquoya, J&J, they were actually in the community center located on the west side, helping that center out to flourish because there's no one really that could take over. And so a lot of people do not know that, don't have an understanding of that, but the owner was taking out of her time to stay there because they needed someone to help keep that center going. There wasn't anybody else to help keep it going, and a lot of times she had to have her players play there, and that was kind of a thing where those players were there a lot in the community for those kids. You know, at that particular center.
That's what you call giving back.
That's giving back.
That's exactly the definition. By example, not by talking about, by doing.
Exactly.
And so we at least commend the owner, and I don't know if she was still on the line or not, but at least
I think let's see if she's there. She should be there online too, so we can talk to them both at the same time.
Okay.
Okay, let's try it.
Let's try it. Don't hang up on Erin though. Don't hang up on Coach Erin.
No, I just if you call her name, she should.
Okay. Hi, Julie. Are you there?
I am, Julia. Thank you for giving us some time tonight.
Oh, great,
yay.
great. Yay, she's there.
Are both of them here?
Yeah, they're both in line. So I will say, no offense to Erin, we love Coach Erin, but woman power.
Women's History Month.
It's Women's History Month, so it's perfect to have it, you know. And you can talk about that because I was just telling the listening audience, again, they're still trying to get a grasp on the ABA team and the fact that you guys have been here at least for the past year, and you've been helping out the center there. And if you want to tell us more about that, and that's a blessing right there to even have someone at the center helping
and
out.
how she came to own the team. That's what I want.
As a woman, like, what is that like?
Well, there is a little bit of history, and it might be kind of a long story. Everybody should probably sit back and get a drink right now. The team existed under different ownership about a year and a half ago, and there were just some difficulties keeping the team running and having a vision for where they wanted it to go. So some of the players actually asked me if I could step in and help make sure they could finish their season, and I was able to find a willing investor, and we went ahead and did that. So we saved the team about January of last year and finished the season. And then we came into this year with a whole separate vision, like Erin was mentioning, as far as having community involvement and having the importance of giving back, along with the fact that we were able to have this great new community center open. So for me, it was doubly important that we were able to open the community center, which is in an area of such great need, and to be able to also then bring the basketball team that can help serve some of those needs. Because we did do things like basketball camp during Christmas break, so all the kids had something to do during Christmas break every morning, 9 to 11, followed by free lunch. The kids were able to come in for free and get lessons from professional basketball players.
And you also are very inclusive. I noticed at the games, you have, I think, Vince Bailey, who makes sure the high schools are involved, even in three-point shootouts. So this really is a community event. This community...
It absolutely is, and we really encourage, it's a family-friendly environment. We encourage, like Erin was saying, we go to elementary schools, we give away tickets to the kids. Vince Bailey helps us get the high schoolers in the event as well. We have a lot of interns that work with the team. We have a lot of kids from the EOC right across the street from the community center that come in and help with game day operations. So, you know, those kids are all in an alternative school there. So we try to give everybody that wants to participate an opportunity. It's really a community involvement event, as well as it's a great opportunity for us to impact those kids directly and not just talk about it. So West Fresno Family Resource Center is one of our partners at the gym, and they've asked us to do a clinic camp again during spring break because the kids will be out of school again all day long with nothing to do.
Yes.
So we're going to put together another camp that's free to the community. Come out every morning 9 to 11, followed by free lunch.
This is what Coach Erin was talking about earlier, that community involvement, totally inclusive.
Yeah.
And
giving back.
Yeah. And so and this is difficult. Julie, I know you have your own business on the side. This is not what you do full time.
That's correct. Yeah. Yeah, I'm actually a realtor if anybody needs,
Oh my gosh, she does it all.
Okay, I have a question that has nothing to do with basketball. Is that okay, Julia?
I don't care.
Okay.
Absolutely. Ask away.
Because the minute she said realtor, so now I'm always watching those shows, flipping this and flipping that and flipping this.
So while you're on the phone.
What is the market in Fresno for flipping? Is flipping a successful business here?
Flipping is a great business here. It's not as easy to find great deals anymore on the buying side, and that's what people need to know about purchasing real estate. Is you make your money when you buy, not when you sell. So you have to get the deal up front, and then know what it's going to cost you to make the repairs, make the improvements, and then how much in the end. Ultimately, what is that house worth with the repairs to be sure that you've built in enough? We call it gap, so that you make a profit. Because obviously you're flipping to make a profit. You're not just wanting to practice home repairs.
Right.
So, but there are some, and especially what we're going to see very soon is a lot of that is going to move over to the west side of Fresno, because that's where you can still get good deals on houses and still have enough gap to make the repair and then resell it at a profit.
Oh.
And one of the things that is really nice about flipping now, with the market having changed the way it did, is people are flipping homes and they're actually selling those homes to people who are becoming first-time home buyers. So that we are building pride of ownership. We are building communities where people are homeowners and not just investors, where they're renting these homes out to somebody else.
Wow.
The prices today allow people in Fresno to be able to afford to buy a home, which was out of reach not too many years ago.
So first-time buyers can still get home loans, because the credit market has really,
it's messed
they've been
everything
brutal.
up.
They've been turning away people with excellent credit.
Yes, they do.
In the past few years. Is that loosening up?
Yeah, it's getting so much better. And in fact, here's the next plug: the community center. I've been talking with the people that be at the power at the community center, and what we're trying to promote through the community center. I'm going to do a home buyer seminar, and they have just reintroduced some down payment programs. Good. So that people who maybe do have excellent credit, don't have a lot of cash to put down, there's assistance. Those programs are coming back into lending. Okay. So we're going to see a lot of young people, a lot of people who work really hard but just haven't been able to save that penny, be able to get into home ownership and really start building their communities.
Wow, I'm glad you brought that up. You'll have to come back on Valley Black Talk Radio to talk about that.
Yeah, which you will, because I love those flipping shows. No, I can do that.
We'll talk flipping.
And Julie, one last question I had about in regards to the community center. Now that, is it the West Fresno Resource Center? Are they the ones that manage and have all these programs?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
And so, and your role is you've just kind of been hanging in there, just making sure everything was going A-okay. And now you get a little bit of relief from that, and you get to focus on your team, if I'm not mistaken. Because I know that's probably it's got to be a challenge. I don't know how do you overcome those challenges?
Well, you kind of have to go with the flow sometimes. It was a great challenge having all three responsibilities at once. But definitely someplace, it was something my heart was in as far as getting the community center open. The basketball team came along just as a bonus of all of those efforts. I love having the basketball team. Coach Aaron has been a great benefit as far as when he came on and being able to help and take some of the responsibility of running the leadership role with the actual players. So I've been able to focus more on fan base building and sponsorships and all of those kind of things, the business part of basketball. And now that we have some help over the community center, I can sit back more, get back into my, original areas of expertise and do things, though, still with the community, which is really exciting for me to be able to put on a home buyer seminar for people in the community that don't know yet about how to build their own personal wealth, starting with, home purchase. Right. And being able to get back into teaching leadership and mentoring with the players so that we can be a benefit to the community wherever we go, whether we go to a camp, whether we go to one-on-one training for the kids, whether we create a league or an AAU team or any of those kind of things. It's very important to Coach and I that we be sure that our players can be mentors and the kids can truly look up to them whether they're on the court or not.
Yes.
Wow, we have to appreciate you, Julie, just helping. Here you have an owner of a basketball team, helping out the community center, but yet she's a realtor, and yet she's volunteering her time to keep it up. Superwoman!
I'm getting tired listening to her.
Coach Aaron, and then Coach Aaron, tell us about a couple of those players that are standing out that we should look at for the upcoming season.
Well, you know what? We are definitely in a process where we're looking to rebuild. We're definitely in that process, but we definitely have some players that we're building with, which is a great thing. We have a point guard who's played some basketball here at City College, and his name is Sultan. He's going to come out this year, and he's going to, again, be one of the leaders that we have on the floor. We're going to add pieces around that, and one of the exciting things about this whole basketball organization in the season and what we have coming forward is the opportunity for where we can be and what we can do. A lot of the guys that we had this year are going different ways and going different directions, and so we are looking to rebuild. So we are looking for some players and some guys, even local talent. And in the future, as we move forward, we'll put that information out there. So guys who have that basketball skill and have some basketball that they want to actually get out there and see if they have that opportunity to play at this level, definitely there will be some opportunities for them. So we're going to reach out to some of those Fresno athletes. But again, just looking to build in the future, and the program and what we have set here is something that's going to be built to last. And so what we're doing is we're getting the opportunity to build a foundation from the beginning, exactly what we want, put those pieces together, and then provide that to the community and go out there and do what the Fresno Griffins are here to do. And that's definitely build the community and bring an exciting brand of basketball to Fresno.
We hope that Coach Aaron and the owner, Julie, will continue to keep Valley Black Talk Radio updated on what's going on, especially with the community events that you're involved. We want to make sure we support that and that the community supports you. I think that's important. And we want to get those players in the studio. Joquoya was ready to interview them. She was ready. She's like, I've got questions for them.
I had so many questions.
And I have been listening tonight, Joquoya. I'm sorry that they weren't there for you. You know, we have a guy that we're hoping comes back next season. He used to play at Fresno State. He's 6'11".
My gosh.
we have a couple of 6'9" guys. Craig was one of those that actually was supposed to come tonight, ended up getting called into work.
Okay. See, these are working. That's what I want people to understand about these players.
Guys,
that they have to work, but they're still following their dreams and passion for basketball.
I'll totally give them a pass.
Right.
Yeah, he's one of those guys, too. This is a kind of a funny thing. I was holding a door open for him to enter into a meeting one day, and I looked at he's looking around like he's looking for something, and I didn't have any shoes on. I'm short, okay? I realize I'm not there for you to see either. I'm only 5'4".
Oh, me too.
So he walks in the room and just starts looking around, and I said, Craig, what are you looking for? And he looked at me and just started laughing. He said, Miss Julie, I was looking for you.
Oh, no, that's funny. That's hilarious. Joquoya, you have someone to look up to, literally.
Yeah. Oh, gosh.
That is hilarious. That is hilarious. Well, and we want the community to learn more about them. That's why we want them on Valley Black Talk Radio. The more the community knows, the more they'll be like, oh, I want to see that Craig guy. That's the one I heard. Yeah, the one I heard about. Yeah, so,
that's right.
Right.
That's right. They're great guys. You guys, when we can get them off work and be able to do some of those kind of things, you guys are going to love them. They certainly love the community, love getting out with the kids. They're a bunch of big kids themselves sometimes. You think, how much fun to get to play basketball all your life.
Exactly. And I know we're working on a local documentary for that, so people at least will get to learn more about them, and we'll have them back on closer to the season so that people can have them on and then be able to watch the documentary and say, oh, that's the one I saw. I got to see him.
Yeah, that's exciting. And we sure appreciate you for that.
Not a problem. Not a problem. Well, we'd like to thank Coach Aaron, Julie Fulcher. We look forward to the upcoming season. Let us know what we can do to help, what the community can do to help. And we want to make sure to support our local young men who are being role models. We appreciate you. And so we want to make sure the presence in the Valley is known and that we can support you as a community. And so we thank you for calling in to Valley Black Talk Radio tonight.
Thank you. You guys have a great evening.
Thank you.
Thanks so much for having us. Good night.
Thank you. Good night. And as we go to a short break, we will come back into the wrap-up with part 2 of the blues. And we call that with the State Center Community College District. We want to be able to give you some insight what happened. We'll be right back. You are listening to Valley Black Talk Radio here on 88.1 FM KFCF. Stay tuned.